Hi guys, so I usually do a Q&A video, usually like once a quarter, but I'm a bit behind in doing that. So yeah, I suppose you guys don't really care anyway, but I'm just saying I'm a bit late. So I've got some questions, and I'm going to answer them. So yeah, this is a Q&A video. How awkward is this introduction? Awkward. I'm also really like backlit. It's really bright. I pulled the curtains across, but it's a really bright day today. So there we go. Awkward, yeah. Okay, so from Instagram, Fairly Pretty Life asks, we obviously see tons of your sketches and art done by hand. Do you ever do any digitally on an iPad, like in Procreate or Affinity Designer? And the answer to that is no. I would absolutely flipping love to have an iPad and Procreate and go digital. I would love that. It would speed up my workflow like no end. I would absolutely love that, and that is like a massive goal of mine, but truth be told I can't afford it, so I don't have one. One day I'd like to have an iPad, but at the moment I don't have any money to invest in the business. All the money that I earn goes towards paying my bills, the food, and the kids, if I'm honest. Like, I guess I prioritise the kids and doing things with the kids, buying things for the kids, over kind of like investing in the business. Maybe I should invest in the business, but while they're still small, I kind of invest in them. But one day I would absolutely love to have an iPad and Procreate. So Bo Crafts, how do you decide your theme for each month, and do you have ideas that we never get to see? No, there are never any ideas that you don't get to see, because I used to be very good at like planning in advance, but I'm not anymore. I fly by the seat of my pants. I very often leave it to the last minute, hoping that the inspiration fairy will bonk me over the head with her wand. And usually it works out okay. You guys, may not know, or you may know, I don't know. I also design stickers for the Lollipop Box Club, and she does a monthly box subscription too. And I very often end up designing my stickers, or like designing my collection after I've designed the Lollipop Box ones, to make sure that like I don't clash. That's how it's kind of gone lately anyway. A lot of the times if I like really have no ideas, I will ask in the Facebook group and see if people have got any suggestions, because obviously I want you guys to buy the products. I'd rather ask for your opinions. Like at the beginning of every year, I always ask for ideas for the year. And I try really hard to use your ideas, or at least some of them. Obviously, because I draw everything by hand, it all relies on me being able to draw those things, like my skills in being able to draw those things. So I can't always draw exactly the things that people ask, or like, because I've got, I guess, quite a distinctive style, and so a lot of some of the things that people ask for don't always lend themselves to my style. My style is very whimsical, and I don't know, a lot of haters tell me that I'm childish, but I don't care, because I like having an element of whimsy and childlikeness. So I don't care when people tell me that my stuff's childish. It makes me happy, and I know it makes some of you guys happy as well, otherwise you wouldn't buy it. So yeah, so I kind of try and do what people have asked for within the realms of my technical capabilities. So I either ask for you guys, like, what do you fancy for this month's box, if I'm really stuck, or I kind of real life, like particularly recently the Staying Gnome collection that I did was that April, May. Staying Gnome was about staying home, so there was featured quite a lot of rainbows. Rainbows feature quite a lot in my work anyway, but because like everyone was doing like rainbows for the NHS and stuff, I did rainbows, and it was all based around staying home and documenting your life whilst being at home. So yeah, that kind of very much came out of real life. And I sort of do what's around me. I love, my favourite ones to do are the Christmas and winter ones. I really struggle with June, July and August. Those are the ones that I really struggle with. And you'd think they'd be easy, like I do like summer collections, but in my experience, summer collections really don't sell as well as autumn and winter collections. I would have thought that people would like to document their summer holidays and their days out in the summer and stuff, but they don't seem to, or they don't like my collections for doing that. Whereas people seem to buy more of my autumn winter stuff. I don't know. So because of that, I kind of always have that in the back of my head, to be honest, and I'm like really struggle with knowing what to do for summer. So I try and like do something that's like summery for those who want summer, but not too overly summery. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I never have any ideas that you just don't get to see, because I don't work like that. I'm literally like, crap, I've got to design something for this month. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just like have to roll with it. I guess I work pretty well with a deadline, because I try and make sure that as close to the first of the month as possible, I can put up sneak peeks for the next month's collection, because I know that some people's subscription money comes out early in the month, and I want you to try and get a feel for what's coming before your money starts to come out, because if that collection is really not for you, then you've got the opportunity to unsubscribe from it. So I try really hard to do it as early in the month as possible. Even if it's just like, you'll see I very often do like the pencil sketches, like show the pencil sketches, because I think you can get a pretty good feel as to whether you're going to like the collection or not based on the like illustrations, pencil sketches. Smile Carmen, what have you been planning in your planner during lockdown? Zero, nada, nothing. I've done no forward planning. My diary has been pretty empty. If I'm honest with you, I haven't even used any stickers, because the entire page would just be stickers because we've done nothing, and we're still doing much nothing. I get my food shopping delivered every week on a Monday evening, so that's kind of a recurring thing. And I edit my order on a Saturday, because that's what it tells me to do, and so that's in the diary. And other than that, that's pretty much it. We've had a few, obviously our new daughter joined us in like very end of April, beginning of May, so we've had a few reviews and meetings for her joining us, and that, but they've been put in the diary, and that is literally it. We've done nothing. We've been nowhere. We're very lucky to live in a nice part of the world, and so if we've done anything, it's only been like walks locally. So yeah, we did go out for the day to the Raptor Foundation, and that was nice. We did that, but that wasn't really forward planning. That was kind of like my daughter wanted to learn about birds of prey, and so we kind of found that and did that, but that wasn't really like a planned thing. That was like a spontaneous thing. So yeah, and there's still nothing in my planner, guys. Still nothing. As I say, other than the odd meeting for Wolf Cub, and that's it. So planning is like an all-time rock bottom. Nothing to plan for. I have no plans. Like, we have no intention of going to any restaurants. We have no intention of going to the cinema or to theme parks or anything like that. We tend to avoid those kind of places in school holidays anyway, because they're just too busy. We are home educators before the lockdown, and so we kind of hibernate in school holidays anyway, because it's just too peoply out there. And I guess with all the COVID stuff, it's even worse. Like it's not an anxiety thing. It's just when you're used to having places like to yourself, it's kind of weird with like how busy it is and stuff. It's hard to explain. Yeah, we'll be doing nothing. It would be really nice once the schools go back. We might plan a camping trip. That would be nice, but we'll see. But yeah, nothing. That was a really long explanation. So then from Facebook, Jill Annabelle's, what's your best advice when you just can't even find the motivation to pick up a pencil? Okay, so I don't really know, because I guess for me, because it's my job, what motivates me is the fact that it's my job, and I need to make money, earn money, and so that motivates me, because I'm like, and as I said before, like sometimes I leave it till the last minute when I like really have to work, I have to get going on a collection, and so that is kind of like my motivator. I'm like, I've got to come up with something, and I've got to somehow pull it out the bag and get it done. So that is my motivator. I guess if you are just doing stuff for fun, I would probably say a couple of things, like either don't worry about it, don't bother about it, because I think we need to listen more to our feelings and our emotions and honour our bodies, and if we're just not feeling it, then we're just not feeling it, and if it's going to be forced, then it's not something you're going to enjoy. You're not going to be happy with the end results if you're forcing yourself. If you're stuck in a rut, and you've been stuck in a rut for a long time, and you really want to get out, you're like, I really want to be creative, want to get myself out of it, then try a different medium, you know, like go back to something that you used to use and you haven't used for a while, maybe collage, anything that kind of gets you doing something, and just kind of, you know, start a new journal, and think of this as like, you know, if you don't want to wreck your old one, I say wreck because there's no such thing, but I know a lot of people can't get over like the feeling of perfection and things, and they feel like they would ruin like previous work. So if you started a new journal or did it on loose leaf paper, then you're not wrecking anything, and you can just experiment, splash colour around, do whatever, try something new. One thing that I don't recommend, and that is I don't recommend looking at what other people are doing. I don't recommend watching YouTube videos. I don't recommend going on Instagram or Pinterest. And the reason I don't recommend that is because, and I have been there, is because I'll often find myself feeling guilty or depressed or beating myself up about the fact that I'm not creating. I'm like looking at all these other people creating and doing all this amazing work while I'm sitting here being like, I'm not doing anything. And the more and more I watch this good stuff, the people creating, the more and more I'm like, well, I'm not good at that. No, I can't do that. Oh, I haven't got the time to do that. You know, that kind of thing. So I actually find that I only look at creative stuff when I'm being creative. To kickstart my creativity are things like a walk in nature, meditation, putting some different music on while you create, tidying your desk, or your like where your supplies are stored. There's nothing like tidying or reorganization, like destashing, to find and discover things. Like, I mean, I've got things that I'd kind of forgotten I'd got, you know, and if you go through some of the things, you're suddenly like, oh, that's pretty cool. So it's like, don't look at other people, just try and find it within yourself. And lastly, Slavica Onions asks, how do you get motivated to finish a project when you have several on the go at one time? It was a multi-part question, so how do you get motivated to finish a project when you have several on the go at one time? Right, okay, I don't really have several projects. I don't really. I have my work, like the product collections and things, and then on the go I always have my Project Life album, but that is such a part of my routine. It is so regular. Like every Sunday night I print the photos out from that week and put them in my Project Life album. That is what I do every single week. And then occasionally I'll have another project. Like at the moment I've been working on the kids' COVID scrapbooks. And I just chip away at it. Like my thing is, by the time the kids have gone to bed, by the time I've like checked my emails and done some email bits and pieces and things, you know, I don't always have that much time in the evening, and so I tell myself that I will do one thing a night, because I also need to have rest and relaxation time. And my rest and relaxation time usually comes in the form of just chilling on the sofa with John. Like we talk. I don't get to talk to him in the day because I've got kids around. So like we'll talk, we'll listen to music. or I'll read. John sometimes watches the telly. I'm not so much into the telly. I find I don't necessarily relax. I can't always shut off and relax. I don't know. I'm not too bad with a good film, but we don't tend to watch a lot of telly. So I usually read. So I want to have like rest and relaxation time of an evening as well. So I try and have like maybe an hour tops on something that I want to do. And so, or I need to do, because there are things as an adult that you need to do. So if I've got to fill out a form or something, that will class as my one thing, or meal plan and do the online food shopping, that will be my one thing. Work on the kids' COVID scrapbooks, that will be my one thing. I've started writing a second book. John is currently in the process of reading my first book, and I'm hoping to like self-publish that super soon. But I've started writing my second book, and so sometimes I'll do some work on my second book. But yeah, I try and limit myself to one thing of an evening, and only an hour, maximum of an hour, because I only really get a 2-hour evening anyway, because Wolf Cub gets up at 5 a.m. and so I need to go to bed fairly early in order to be able to cope with the 5 a.m. start. And very often, like, we usually take it in turns to get up with Wolfie. But sometimes, like, if like today, for example, John got up with Wolfie at 5, and I started work at 5, and sometimes I'll get up with Wolfie at 5 and then John will start work at 5, so we kind of like juggle things. So yeah, early nights are needed in this house. How do you store your projects when they're done? Okay, so if it's a journal, they'll go in a cardboard box, which is under my desk. And project life albums, they are all in the sideboard in the front room. And that's it. I don't really have any other projects. Oh, I do have a project on the go, actually. I started it in October, a weaving project. I did weaving when I was at college, and now and then I dabble, I pick it up. I did start a weaving project in October, and I haven't picked that up again. And that is just on the side in my bedroom. When it's done, it will be hanging in my bedroom. But yeah, I don't really have like projects. I don't sew, I don't knit, I don't do any other crafts. Occasionally, like the other week, I made bath bombs with Spudsy. They're just in the bathroom, so they're not really stored. But will you be doing an October daily series this year? As I love this one he did a few years back. Is that vlogging or or journaling? The answer to both of them is probably no. Definitely not vlogging, because I just can't. Day in the life vlogging is very difficult for me, because of the children. I can't show the children, and so it's sort of quite difficult sometimes. And I find that as soon as I go to, the kids will be quite happy playing on doing something. As soon as I pick up my phone, that's when they want to talk to me. That's when they need a snack, that kind of thing. So day in the life vlogging is quite difficult. I try and do day in the life vlogging because I do enjoy it. But doing a daily vlog for a month, I think, is pretty much out of the question. I'd like to do it again, but I just don't think, at this time of my life, I just don't think I can do it at all. And journaling, probably not. I did my December daily, and I love doing that. My Christmas one, which isn't December daily, it's more than December. I really enjoy that. That is very important to me. I love the festive season, and I make the time. Somehow or other, I make the time for that. October, I love autumn. I do love autumn. It's probably not quite so important to me as Christmas, so probably not. And I like to, because I find sometimes like the Christmas one can be quite tiring. So I know you get like a bit of time off, because I start my Christmas album the middle of November, so I'd only get like 2 weeks off between doing it, and so I don't know, it's quite intense, so probably not, to be honest. Finally, are you bringing out a new October daily collection this year? I don't know. I will always do my monthly subscription stuff, which is always autumn themed. I always do an autumn theme. Will it include some October daily stuff in it? I don't know yet. It's early enough that I could potentially do that. It's trying to work it out. So in order to do stuff for people to do in October daily, it would need to come out in September. So that would mean that, like, what would I do for the October collection? Do you see what I mean? My Christmas collection always comes out in November so that people have got the time to do it. So there's that October. What would I do for the October collection, I guess, is the thing, because I like doing Halloween stuff, but I do Halloween stuff as an add-on, as a separate thing, because a lot of people don't celebrate Halloween, and so they don't want Halloween as their subscription product. So yeah, I guess I need to think about that and think about what collection would I do in October. If I was to do the October daily stuff, that would be fine for September. And then what collection would I do in October? Because September is only just sort of Christmassy. So what I could do is I could, like, do a 2-stage release. I don't know, like if it was number stickers or something. I don't know. My question is, would you guys like an October daily collection, like products to specifically go with an October daily project? Would you like that in addition to an autumn themed collection? And if you do, what products would you like to see? Would you like to see number stickers? Would you like to see numbered cards? Would you like to have prompts? Would you like to have, like, journal cards with prompts on? You tell me what you want and I will see if I can make it. This is the hardest part of my job, is I don't very often get feedback from you guys. You guys buy my stuff, but you very rarely give me feedback as to what you want or what you're looking for or anything like that. So I have to guess. I have to think, right, okay, what are people going to want? Because I have people who are into planners that buy my stuff, and I have people who are into scrapbooking, pocket scrapbooking, journaling, memory keeping, card makers. I have, like, a variety of people who buy my stuff, and so I have to kind of think, like, try and think about who's buying it and what do they want, because people never tell me what they want. So tell me what you want and I will try and make it. Word label stickers, you know, things like that. So tell me what you want and I'll see if I can make it, guys. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's all the questions. So thank you so much for asking me questions. I was late in putting out a thing to say, do you want to ask me any questions? And then I was late in recording the video. So late seems to be the name of my game at the moment. But thanks for watching, guys. Bye.